Hyperlight Drifter is a game that is masterfully done, beautiful to look at, intriguing, and at times punishingly difficult. When I started off the game, I was immediately wowed by the pixel art style. This isn't your regular, new retro-style game. This is something entirely a step above anything I've seen in a game in terms of pixel art. And that's saying a lot, considering the wide variety of amazingly beautiful retro-inspired games that I've played. But this truly takes it to the next level. There are cutscenes done fully in the pixel art style. The levels are obviously handcrafted. There's just so much amazing about it that I feel I can't do it justice in a few paragraphs. The art style isn't the only beautiful thing about this game either. The music sets up the intriguing atmosphere, and the sound effects top it off. One of the interesting quirks about the game is that there's no real dialogue. There's also very little explanation of what you're supposed to be doing, where to go, and what is happening in the world. You mostly have to figure it out yourself. Instead, the story is explained through the aforementioned cutscenes and a different style of pseudo-dialogue in which you talk to people and they bring up visuals for you to look at, which explain things that they have seen. It's all very interesting and fun to try to piece together. It's a puzzle in itself, trying to figure out what exactly it all means. The level design is also stellar. It reminds me of a lot of older Zelda games in the way that you have to explore. There are lots of secrets behind walls and different ways to traverse each part of the map. The game takes place on a world map a la Zelda: Link to the Past, and underneath that world map is a secondary map which basically shows the layout of the dungeons and how they all connect. Your goal is to find crystals which unlock different areas. Doing so will put you up against plenty of different enemies with a variety of movesets that will keep you on your toes. Unfortunately, there are problems that come with not explaining things in a game. One of those is that tasks like killing a boss can seem insurmountable because you didn't get the correct upgrade. There was a point very early on in the game where a boss was almost completely impossible for me to kill. It probably would have taken dozens and dozens of tries to the point where I was almost ready to quit. Then I went out, picked up a single upgrade, and the boss was fairly simple to beat. There was no explanation, there was no way to know which upgrade to choose, I just happened to get one that worked. Upgrades are not easy to get either. I understand that this could be seen as part of the game, and they might do that on purpose, but for some people it could make the game appear too hard, and they might quit before realizing what they had to do. The world that Hyperlight Drifter takes place in is compelling and at times breathtaking. The game takes place seemingly during the aftermath of something akin to a nuclear explosion, and you traverse the broken landscape attempting to achieve your goals. What exactly the outcome of reaching that goal is? That's unclear, but whacking dudes with your sword and shooting them in the face is some real fun shit. There were many points in the game where I just took a moment and spent time looking at my surroundings. You begin to realize that some of the things you see are remains of huge robots, machines, and other structures. Perhaps some of them are the robots that you see in the opening cutscene. Part of the progression through the game is obtaining new guns and various abilities. Abilities are acquired by talking to shopkeepers after you have enough resources to purchase them. Those resources are limited and are found scattered around the map. The guns are basically different variations on shot patterns. The guns you start out with is a basic pistol. Combat is very quick-paced, so you'll have to spend some time getting used to it. Luckily, there's a lot of variants, so you won't get bored as you play. It's rare that I'm this quickly immersed into a game and compelled to keep moving forward, even through difficulties and at times not being sure what to do next. But Hyperlight Drifter is the sort of game that grabs you quickly and keeps you interested. I feel like I can easily recommend this to most people, as long as you don't mind a difficult game. Even so, I think anyone should give this a try. It's too good to pass up, and not that expensive either. This has been my review of Hyperlight Drifter, and I'm Melchior's from Game Clouds. Have a good night, friends.